Thank you, everybody, for joining us today on the Spyshack podcast, where we'll be discussing episode 4 of Survivor Kaoh Rong, Signed, Sealed, and Delivered. I'm Saul, and you can find me at Perspective on social media. And with me, as always, is Mark. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm excited to talk about everything that happened today. And you can find me on Twitter at MarcoPolo310.
All right, so what did you think of this episode, Mark?
Um, it was very emotional. There was a lot going on, and I don't even know what to say.
It's a very heavy episode. It was very, very
Yeah,
heavy.
very much so.
Yeah, I remember I was watching it, and it was 30 minutes in, and we were still at the medevac.
Yeah.
Were you able? Did you know it was going to be Caleb, or who did you think it was going to be going in?
I thought it was probably gonna be either like somebody like Joe or Peter, but it was definitely a bit of a surprise that it was gonna be Caleb.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Like I said, I had picked them to win the season, and I really should have read the clues better. Like I said, I didn't. I don't do any of the pregame interviews or anything like that, just because on um, the new contestant seasons, I like to go in blind. I like to go in with a fresh take. I don't like to be reading all that ahead of time.
Yes.
And I did know that Jeff had said that going into the season, he didn't think he was going to like Caleb. At the end of the season, people were going to love him, and I think I should have used that as one of my clues as to Caleb's going to get out, is going to go out. So I think the worst part for me was seeing Ty's reaction to Caleb going out, and how bad it hurt him that Caleb was hurt.
That almost brought me to tears as well because he really cared for Caleb, and it really showed.
All right, so is there anything about that first part that you really just wanted to talk about? Did you have any opinions? There was a lot of chatter online and on about that. There's one thing that I do not like about the Survivor community is the criticism that they do for every little thing. And I think there was a lot of criticism this week as far as why the episode was so heavy, why did it take up so much time, that if everybody felt so it felt so dramatic. And I really think it's because they needed to show all that. They needed to show all the medevacs. They needed to show exactly how it went down. I know it was a time elapse and so forth, but they needed to show all that so we can get an idea of what was going on without showing us everything. I know they
Yeah.
condensed it, but they needed to show that to us. Did you have a problem with the first 30 minutes of this episode?
Uh, no, because if they didn't show all that, we wouldn't know how exactly how severe the situation was. And then if they just cut it into like a 3 to 5 minute segment, then we will be like, oh, it's just another season. This is okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's not a lot of episodes to talk about this this week.
No.
A lot of it was the medevac. It was the Sydney going down, Debbie going down, and of course Caleb going home.
Hmm.
Now, as far as the Braun tribe,
Oh, jeez.
was there any other? Do you know any other tribe that's been this dysfunctional as the Braun? I know there's been some that have been really close, but most of those tribes that have been dysfunctional but winning, or dysfunctional yet they've kept it together. This tribe just really can't keep anything together.
um, First star that comes to mind is Luzon.
Yeah.
They're going down the exact same path as Luzon. Luzon again lost two in the beginning, won one, and then lost another one. Exactly the same as Lo. And but then again,
Toe Tang.
Oh, Totang, excuse
Hmm.
me, Chunlo Springs, right?
Yes.
Um, yeah, but this group is especially more volatile uh, than Luzon, in my opinion.
Yeah. The only thing that that has me worried right now is that for the first episode, second episode, I didn't mind Jason. I didn't mind Scott as much. Now after this episode, their stock went way down for me.
Oh yeah.
And if they're going down the same path as Luzon, and as Aaron likes to say, that it's Bizarro Kagion, that means that they might possibly make it towards the end, all three of them. And if Sydney
Uh,
makes it, I don't mind because I really like Cindy.
yeah.
Sydney or Cindy? Cindy, right?
Sydney.
Sydney. I really like her, so if she makes it, I don't mind. Um, I have a feeling Jason's going to be there for a while, just because they seem to want to show us a reason why he's being as bad as he is with Alicia. They try to show him his reasoning behind it, and really what it is what he said. I didn't buy it, but what he said is that the reason why he's so hard on Alicia is because he has two daughters, and he just doesn't want them to grow up there. I think I know what
No,
he's
this
saying.
is an excuse.
Yeah, I think I know what he wanted to say, but it's not what came out. I think what he wanted to say was he doesn't want his daughter to be like her, so he is acting that way. But
Yeah.
it still doesn't. I just still don't buy it.
The first time I watched the episode, I was like, why was Alicia so whiny? And then I watched it a second time, and then I actually, you know, saw the two of them being absolutely horrible to her, and then I was just like, you know what? There's a reason she's fighting back, and she knew she was going if they lose immunity again, and so she's just like, whatever. I'm just gonna tell you what I think because I know you're aiming for me anyways. So there you go.
Do you think that Alicia may be getting some sort of edit similar to Sugar, where in Gabon, Sugar, to me at least, she didn't become out as whiny. She was a little bit whiny, but she didn't come out as annoying as what people said she was. A lot of people said she was really annoying, really, and they really didn't like her. But I never picked that up on the show, on the program. Do you think maybe there's something they're not showing us, as to just like Sugar? Everybody says that she really was annoying out there on the tribes in the camps. Do you think maybe we're missing something from Alicia?
I mean, she could be getting the sugar edit, but this is all just speculation.
Yeah.
Uh, unless somebody from production comes out and says it. This is all speculation on how Alicia's being edited on the season.
Yeah. All right. What was there to talk about the other tribes other than, of course, the medevac? I know that there was a secret scene. Aaron had brought up a secret scene about the three girls in the beauty tribe, saying that for sure that they're going to go after the guys that most likely go out after Nick, or something like that. Uh, do you think the three girls get a chance to take out one of the guys, or what do you think is going to go there?
Um, is this with the preview in mind, or is this without the preview in mind?
I would say go try to do it without the preview.
Without the preview in mind, I think they're gonna aim for Nick because
Yeah.
I think that they can work Ty into their group just fine, and Nick is just kind of aloof and by himself. So I think they would try to bring in Ty and aim for Nick.
I think Nick is getting the Monica edit this this season.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, I think Monica had more time than Nick did. So yeah.
Yeah,
So
they might be editing Nick out because of people's initial reaction. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know. I thought I said it before. I thought Vince Sly was creepy in Worlds Apart. This guy just scares the crap out of me. I wouldn't want to be out there with him.
Yeah, Vince Light didn't scare me that much.
I thought he
Vince
was
Light was
creepy. I think this guy scares
a
me.
tiny bit, tiny
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, this episode didn't have much to talk about. What do you think of the brain stripes so far?
Meh. Besides, it's just meh. Besides Debbie.
Yeah, she's. They're really using her as. Do you think they're trying to get us to really like her, or try not to be annoyed by her as much? 'Cause I immediately was annoyed by her in the first episode. I don't I like her a little bit more after last week's episode, only because it looks like before last week's episode it really looked like they she was just crazy, and she wasn't playing the game. But it looks really like she's acting more crazy than she really is, and she has a little bit more strategy going behind that craziness.
Yeah, she's got game, and unfortunately for Peter, that didn't work out that well for him, and his reaction to Tribal Council, I'm liking him even a little bit less now.
Yeah, that's one thing. I enjoyed Peter the first couple of episodes, but really the last episode brought him down way much more because of the way he
Yeah.
was reacting or treating people. It looks like since day one, I think what they were saying, that he really just thinks he's so superior, and that's one thing that I believe not. I don't know if it's flawed or whatever, but it's something that is wrong with the brain stripe, is that they get labeled the brain stripe. They're supposed to be smarter than everybody else, and they know this.
Yeah.
They don't want to be. They don't want to look like dummies out there. So they overthink things. They work too hard at what they're doing. Whereas where I tweeted to Jeff last week, Jeff and even Rob C, was how would a season that is broken up into brains, brawn, beauty go if they didn't know they were broken up that way? What if they were thrown out there? Don't let them know that's what they're like that, and see if the brains act the same way. Let's see if the brawn see people act the same way. Because right now, I think the reason Alicia got targeted was because they're the brawn team, the brawn tribe, and they're supposed to be strong and so forth. And Alicia is this little weak girl that they didn't think was going to be able to do anything, and she didn't really do a lot. But I don't know. It's just those little things. I would be very interested to break them up again like that, but do not let them know that they're broken up in that tribe format.
They definitely miscast Alicia in the Braun tribe, and yeah,
Yes.
from the beginning I was like, what the hell is she doing in that tribe?
Well,
There's
so
yeah,
much that Jeff had to kind of throw in there the reason why he says that she was in the Braun tribe. And she goes like, "You're on the Braun tribe because you don't take lip from anybody," or something like that. I'm like, no, 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 no.
yeah, no. Thank you, but no.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say about Alicia is that I'm glad that she didn't take the let's do tribal council here on the beach.
No, yeah, I'm glad as well.
I'm glad that she tried. I'm pretty sure even though we didn't see anything, that she actually stood up for herself out there, tried to work something. But the three top brawn, they weren't gonna hear it. It was. And I think that's why they called the episode "Signed, Sealed, and Delivered," right? Because there's nothing going back on taking out Alicia. So yeah. Do you have any predictions for the following episodes, or what's gonna happen in the next part of the? Well, not only the next episode, but for the rest of the season.
Well, the Browns are getting a lot of airtime only because they've been at Tribal Council so much. I don't know what this means for Sydney, Scott, and Jason, but the three of them, if they stay together after some sort of shuffle, then they might be able to cut it far into the game, even though I really don't want them to. Uh, um, and again, this is about the time in Cagayan where they shuffle three tribes into two.
Hmm.
So I mean, we're assuming that's going to happen next episode.
Yeah. Well, this is what's my question. What do you think is coming up next episode? You think it's going to be a swap? Do you think it's going to be a tribe? What is it called? Dismantling the tribe to two tribes. Do you think it's going to be an early merge? Because one thing I've seen that I actually think is that there might be another medevac at the beginning of next episode, and it
Oh,
kind of
gee.
it kind of just brings them down to 12 people, and they're like, okay, let's just merge. Because we do kind of feel like there is going to be another medevac coming soon, right?
I think they showed everybody on the mats um, when he said drop your buffs. So I need to go back and see how many people there were.
Yeah, because I mean, if they just do it to two tribes, well, I mean, it's how many people are left? There's 17 people left. How is that gonna evenly break into the team? It doesn't break into three. It doesn't break into two. So something's got to happen. Maybe they're just gonna do the whole Bruce angle where they're like the person not picked is just sits out until someone goes to tribal, but there's no Exo Island. They might do what they did in Vanuatu, where Lisa Kiefer was able to choose the tribe that she was going to go to. I don't know.
Then again, not all tribe splits have to be fair because it would have been an even split had Caleb not go out of the game that way.
True.
So I mean, if it was planned ahead of time to be at this point because they had the challenges set up that way, um, then this would have happened no matter what. And so they just had to deal with two uneven tribes, and they just have to deal with it because after the first episode, all the tribes are going to be uneven anyways. So
Yeah.
that's life. Life is unfair.
Well, I think they did it in more cases where, if you remember, they did the tribe swap, but they left one of the tribes at four, and it really left them outnumbered. But actually, they actually were able to band together and pull out at least one win.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things like, well, if they're gonna swap them, why not just make them even again? And I think from there on, they've made them even when they swap, but it's not always the case. I think they've had more than one occasion where they've had uneven swaps.
Yeah.
All right, so like I said, not a lot going on in
Not
this
a lot.
episode.
Um,
Any last thoughts about what we've had so far, or what we saw this week, or what you want to see?
you know what? For my own opinion, I I wasn't expecting a lot out of Caleb this season, just because of what I've seen him do in Big Brother. But after these past few episodes, it kind of proved to me that Survivor might have been the better game for him, and and he really shined a lot better here as a person than in Big Brother, and so you know what, count me as a fan now.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I said is I wasn't sure if I was gonna like him at the beginning only because of all the tweets and all everything. So they were saying, I can't believe they got this guy back and whatever, or brought him in. And I didn't know what I was gonna think about him in episode one. I actually came away from episode one liking him, and I liked him even more in episode two, and I liked him
Yeah,
more in episode three, and I liked him
exactly.
more in episode four. And then of course he's gone, but he's coming back.
Yeah.
You know for sure he's coming back.
Hmm.
So yeah. So yeah, I mean, what else can we say? uh, I would like to go ahead and just invite everybody to tweet at us using the hashtag Spyshack Podcast, or Spyshack Pod, or hashtag Let's Chat Live. Remember, you can also catch our shows on nerdfeed.com. And you not only the rest of the Spyshack Podcast, but also the rest of the Let's Chat Live team on there. Let us know what you guys think. Once again, my name is Saul, and you can find me at Perspective on all social media sites. And with me once again was Mark.
Yeah, thanks for listening. My name is Mark, and you can follow me on Twitter at Marco Polo. And I'm gonna shamelessly plug my YouTube channel that I just started.
There you go.
uh, yeah, it's Marco Polo on YouTube, and I'm gonna be covering shows other than Survivor. So I do talk a little bit about Survivor, but I save most of the good stuff for this show. I'm going to cover Survivor. I'm going to cover The Amazing Race, Big Brother Canada this season, and also coming up, Dancing with the Stars.
Awesome. All reality stuff.
Yes.
All right, and what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and post on the links our Facebook discussion or our Facebook group that we belong to previously on Survivor, and I'll post links to the secret scenes for this week. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.